back. I wanted to share something I found with you guys because I always like a little recommendation and I think you guys do too. And in my pack, I'm going to show you what I keep in my pack. 3 hash browns and a banana. Is this Primark one really a dupe for it, or is it just the packaging that looks the same? Well, let's find out. That is literally 90% of what I use my watch for. Hi guys, Ree here from mummyoffour.com. Welcome back to another vlog. My baby boy is still on his trip, his residential trip that I packed him off on with tears in my eyes. I didn't let him see in the last vlog. But good news, he's coming home today. I get to pick him up. Rather thrilled about that. And I know something else you're all curious about from the last vlog. Zara did a belt. Did she get a belt? Well, last night was results night, so let's jump back in time and find out. Zara, what are you holding in your hand? A yellow belt. Zara passed her grade. Well done, baby. Very, very proud of you. Bless her. So thrilled for her, and it's just so sweet how happy Bella was for her as well. I think it's so important that the children can be happy for each other. I think there's this tendency when children are very small to be like, but I didn't get a certificate. It's like, but darling, you didn't do your grading because it wasn't your turn, because you're higher up grading, so therefore you don't grade every time, or because you weren't ready or whatever. And that is as valuable as a lesson as training for the thing itself, I think. When I can see my children being happy for each other, it just makes me so happy. Anyway, I'm going to go and get a little bit of work done now, and then just keep checking my messages from the school as to what time I get my baby back. So I'm just about to do a little live stream here, and that is going into my Patreon community. I'm not sure if I've even talked about this on YouTube. Or maybe I just have it on Instagram. I've had a Disney Patreon for a while because people wanted to be able to have access to the vlogs and things early because they only go out once a week. So when they're watching a vlog series, then if they're in my Patreon, then they can watch the vlogs just as soon as they become available. A few people said, was I going to start a Patreon for my main channel? If you've literally never heard of Patreon, I should go back a little bit. It's basically just a way of supporting creators that you enjoy, getting more content, that kind of thing. Different people often different things in their Patreon. And for mine, I do like an exclusive Patreon live. I think that's once a month. And then there's like early release content. There's different tiers and things, and I'll link it below if you're interested. But I'm about to do a planning party. So we're going to look ahead to July and August. It's going to be a little plan with me. So I'm going to go through and actually look at what I've got coming up, and just go through the planning. I'm going to do what I would do normally, but with a bunch of people, and they can plan along with me. So that sounds kind of fun for me. I used to do outfit of the day in vlogs all the time, and shall we bring it back? The main reason I'm showing you what I'm wearing today is because in the last vlog, I had a Bowden haul, didn't I? And I didn't keep much of it, but I did keep this top, not the fluttery sleeve top, but this one. I just really like the fabric on it. I know I've got other navy t-shirts, but this one's quite different. The jacket is old, it's a Jules one, but I did keep this kind of wraparound jersey Bowden skirt, and I'm wearing my very dirty and sad looking Disney trainers. They were ones I wore on one of our parks trips, and I could probably do with some new ones that are looking less battered. But anyway, that's today's outfit of the day. Now I can go and get my William because he's almost back from his trip. He's back! He's back! My William is back! The coach actually came a lot earlier. I thought they weren't going to be coming till 2. We had a message, so it's like lunchtime now. I've come to pick him up. I'm so glad to have you home. Was it wonderful? Yeah. Favourite bit of the trip? Favourite activity? Because it was like out of bounds and stuff, wasn't it?
I think I like the climbing wall.
Climbing wall. You are braver than me. Definitely braver than me. Did you do go-karting?
Yeah.
What else did you do?
Quad bikes.
Quad bikes. Wow, all amazing things.
Yeah.
Amazing things. Woo! I'm so glad you had a wonderful time. Question is, how tired are you?
Not too tired, to be honest.
And how many times?
Hungry.
How many times did you shower?
3 or 4 times.
Oh, gosh, impressed. So your wash bag is not untouched like some people's come back then. You have used it. I got the joyous job of seeing what's going on inside William's case and what we're faced with dealing with. It might just be a whole load of mud. Thinking exhausted. It really took me quite a lot of energy today, but I was adamant I was going to just have a little bit of a power hour of cleaning. We had a really chilled morning, that was great. And then I got on with doing some stuff in the girls' rooms. I just wanted to just change their beds and then do a bit more cleaning. I wanted to do a bit of dusting, and it just turned into something else. I often find this, I start with the intention of, okay, I'm just going to change beds, and I did get to do that. But then it also became, oh, well, while we're here, we'll declutter this. And it kind of turned from a power hour into a, oh, I've been at this all flipping afternoon. Anyway, on the plus side, their rooms are now looking much nicer. I managed to film a full power hour, however long, speed clean video. So that's like, tick, got some cleaning done, tick, got some filming done. So that's like a work thing as well. And now I'm just like, feel really spaced out. I definitely got to that stage where I was like, oh God, what have I done? There's just stuff everywhere. Why did I start this? But never mind. Anyway, tonight I'm actually going, I'm like a flipping jet setter at the moment. And earlier this week I went out to the theatre with my auntie. That was in the last vlog, I think. And tonight I am going to meet a couple of my friends, my mum friends from the school. We've all got similar aged children, and we're gonna go for a little glass of Prosecco. We're gonna go from 7, and then one of them's got to pick up their children by 10, so it'll be 3 hours of loveliness, of just chillax. I'm really looking forward to it. So it's something I was saying to my husband, that last time we were out for a drink for our date hour while the children go to karate, I said I really should do this with some of my actual friends, because he hasn't got loads or anything, but he does go out on a far more regular basis than me, which is more like annually for like a few hours with my friends on my own. So I'm doing it tonight. It is exciting. It is a full 3 hours. But the big question again is what to wear. I am wearing this skirt again that I had on yesterday. It just feels really lovely and comfy. But I'm feeling a bit like, because I've been sort of cleaning and sorting. I'm not sure I've got time to have a shower. I think it's going to be a dry shampoo and put makeup on top of makeup, a quick wipe over with a flannel and a spritz of perfume, kind of getting ready. But it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It's going to be lovely. Looking forward to it. Still really don't know what to wear though. Did I rather predictably end up wearing the exact same outfit from earlier in the week because I didn't leave enough time to organise or think of anything else because I got ready last minute? Yes, I am. I feel like a flipping zombie today. I am such a lightweight. I've been so tired all day. I've been struggling to stay awake. We had a lovely lunch. I didn't even have anything to drink with my lunch. I had a Diet Coke. And honestly, you would have sworn I had a bottle of wine at lunch. Last night was really lovely. Just a few drinks locally. I think I left about 10, came home, but my very bad, didn't even have that much to drink. My very bad influence husband then said, oh, should we have a glass of wine together before we go to bed? I was like, oh, I haven't seen you. And I just stayed up past my bedtime. I didn't even drink that much when I got home either, but just been wiped out today. I think perhaps when you're just constantly like go busy, just a couple of drinks and staying up a little bit past your bedtime is all it takes to totally wash you out. So I'm actually tempting. It's only it's 5:20. It feels like 10 o'clock at night. I'm tempted to just shower and wash my hair now. I do need to wash it. Look, ugh. If I wash my hair now, the shower will wake me up and keep me going a little bit longer until it's bedtime, because apparently it's not bedtime yet, even though I'm totally ready to go to bed. I have done the basics of prep for the week. The children have had all their washing. I just think getting everything done on the weekends, even when I really don't feel like it, buys me so much space during the week. We don't get the, I haven't got my this, I haven't got my that. And today I really could not be bothered to do meal planning and update my planner and update the boards and things in the kitchen, but I'm so glad it's done. Future me will definitely be thanking past me for doing it, even though I'm half asleep. Let's just hope I haven't made some horrible mistakes, because I'm not concentrating because I'm tired. Okay, shower. It is another big day, well, few days actually, for my not so baby boy. Where are you going today?
Secondary moving up day.
3 of them, actually, 3 of them. You're doing something today, sports something today, health and well-being something tomorrow, and registering for cashless. All the schools are like cashless. We put something on account, they pay for school lunches with it. So you've got to register your biometric data. It's much more high tech than when I was in school. And then on Wednesday, you're actually doing all your form room and you're learning your class and doing a whole fake day, aren't you?
Yeah.
And how are you feeling about it?
I'm quite excited April.
I'm excited for you. I'm really excited for you. So Will's gone off really excited for this moving up day. These new milestones, I keep thinking they're going to get easier the more children I have, you know? And I don't know, it's just, you just worry, don't you? You worry. Like, I'm sure he's going to be fine, because the things I worry about my children coping with, dealing with, they ace those. It's the curveballs they throw me that I just do not see coming. Those are the bits that they struggle with. So today, because I'm a bit like, oh, I hope he's going to be all right, he'll be fine. Well, I don't know what's going on. It's supposed to be July and the weather is kind of grim. So I'm kind of cozying in as if it was winter. I'm snuggled up working in my office today. I've got a Spirit jersey. I've got comfy leggings with pockets. I do love pockets in things. Like, I'm always losing my phone around the house. I said not losing it, but leaving it room to room, walking away, because I've never got pockets. My husband's like, why are you always leaving your phone around? So I always end up doing the same thing with my watch. Let me see if I just press this button, it goes. Oh, there's my phone. That is literally 90% of what I use my watch for. Just finding my phone. Anyway, not what I was here to talk about. Will's induction session with his new school went really well. He loved it. He came out really excited. He was most excited about the food, as predicted. At break time, because we had to top up their account and they could buy, it's all gone biometric. It was a thumbprint, not a face recognition. So he bought a snack and then lunch. He had something reasonably normal for lunch, pasta or something, and a cookie. But for break, he had 3 hash browns and a banana. I don't know what to say to that. I don't know what to say to that. As long as he's happy, I'm happy. So I am just exporting something on this computer and then I'm turning on my laptop to do something else, because basically when one computer's doing something, it gums up all the, what's the computery word for it? Memory, RAM, something like that. If one's doing like a big export and things, because the files, my vlogs, when I export them, are sometimes like 15 gig, which is quite big if you think about that. Like the original iPhones were 16 gigabytes, weren't they? One vlog will be all of that memory that was in the original iPhones, because I use like quite high resolution, lots of different clips and things. So that computer's doing that. On this one, I'm working on a Disney video, because we're going on a Disney cruise. If you don't know, I've got a whole separate Disney channel. I separated out because I know Disney's not for everybody, but just to let you know that I thought I'm doing. I filmed a video about mistakes that people make commonly when they go on a Disney cruise and how to avoid them. So I'm just editing that now. The way it works with all my videos, actually, on my main channel, they go on my main channel, Patreon, and my Disney channel, they go in the Disney one. But as soon as I finished editing them, I bung them straight into there. Sometimes like tweaks are made before, or like extra bits of edits are made before the final release, but the people in Patreon can get to watch those videos just as soon as they're ready. They don't have to wait for them to like come out properly. Sometimes it's a good few weeks early. Doing that now. But before I get on with a bit more work, I wanted to share something I found with you guys, because I always like a little recommendation, and I think you guys do too. So I'm always looking for something to watch, and my favourite kind of something to watch, if I'm watching it by myself and not with my husband. So I like certain things to sit and watch with my husband that we'll both like, and certain things to watch just in the background, you know? So not when I'm editing necessarily, but if I'm designing thumbnails or doing kind of more mindlessly tasks on the computer or cleaning up or whatever, cooking, I like to have something to watch on my iPad. And over the last few days, I've stumbled across something on Netflix called Glamorous, and it's Samantha Jones from Sex and the City. Is it Kim Cattrall's her real name? So her character was a supermodel and then developed this makeup brand. So far, I'm really enjoying it. It really reminds me of Ugly Betty. Does anyone remember Ugly Betty? I used to love that. It was really bright and it was funny, and yet it was kind of heartwarming. Didn't take itself too seriously. This feels quite Ugly Betty-esque. Even in that Ugly Betty was like an intern and going into this, it was a fashion magazine thing. This is following the main character who is becoming the second assistant to Kim Cattrall, the other main character, I guess. So it's got very similar vibes to that. If you just want something escapism, switch offy, but bright and colourful and light-hearted and not too serious, it's getting a thumbs up from me. I'm liking it so far. If I tried to make my husband watch it, he would be like, what is this rubbish? It would not be for him at all. Definitely for me, not for him. Anyway, that being said, I'm gonna actually put my password into my computer and get on with some editing. I can't watch that now because I gotta do some sensible work, but once I finish doing the edit, I might stick another little episode on while I'm doing some admin and thumbnails and that kind of thing before I have to go and get my babies. And then it's a swimming night. Oh, yes, it is. It's a swimming night. Not my favourite activity. It's far less stressful than it used to be. I can remember when they were very small and I had the two middle ones in the water. My eldest swam separately because he was that much older. But I'd have the two little ones coming out. It would be winter, they'd be cold, they'd be crying. Then I'd have Zara strapped to me in a sling and she'd be crying. And the three of them would be crying and wet. And people would be going, "You've got your hands full." And I'd be like, "I know." Swimming used to definitely be the most stressful night of the week. Shout out down in the comments if you've ever felt that swimming stress with multiple very small, very wet and wiggly children, and it's not been your favourite time. So my husband was finishing work a little early today. He's gone to pick up the kiddos. They'll be back any minute. So I'm just going to get out the stuff from the swimming bag. I think I've mentioned previously in previous vlogs, I repack the swimming bag directly from the washing. I don't put it away in drawers and stuff. I just put stuff straight in the swimming bag. So the girls will put their bathers on, and as soon as they get from school, they go for a wee now and put their bathers on. And then they just put these onesies on over the top of their bathers. So there's literally just that on over their bathers. It's perfectly warm, even though it's not especially dry outside. So they'll be fine. And then when they get out, they've just got pants and they can put their onesies back on, come home, have dinner and have a shower. So I'm literally going to lay everything out for them now. William's got his own bag because obviously he's got to change in the boys' change room. I can take the girls into the girls. And then the only other thing in here are towels. They will pop a drink in there, refill their school drinks. We'll go in there and then we'll be ready to go. But honestly, the more you can slim down swimming, get the bag repacked and just get in there with minimal changing having to do when you get there, and get out with minimal changing and just do the rest at home, makes life so much easier, because swimming otherwise can turn into a really stressful time of the week. That's not fun for anybody. Good morning, guys, or whatever time of the day it is for you. Why do I say that halfway through a vlog? Anyway, I am going to explain about my hair and then we're going to give these a go and see if this really is a good dupe. So first of all, hair. I, years ago, had to wash my hair religiously every 48 hours, otherwise it would go yucky munky. When I was pregnant with Zara, knowing I would end up with less time on my hands, I started washing my hair every 3 days. And you kind of have to push through the grossness barrier. And then when I started washing my hair every 3 days, it only needed doing every 3 days. But then recently I was due to have my hair cut and I washed it after 48 hours. This is just going to sound stupid and a very silly little problem, but then my hair just started getting yucky. So I've just got into the habit of washing it every 2 days now, which means more washing, but more to the point, more drying, more heat styling, more of all the things. So I'm trying to push back through the pain barrier and just use my dry shampoo and get it to every 72 hours of washing now, and just showering with my hair, you know, piled up on my head on the nights I don't wash my hair, back to doing that. And I think it doesn't look that bad full of dry shampoo, but it doesn't feel great, if I'm honest. I mean, if you guys can't tell, maybe if I'd said nothing, you wouldn't have noticed. I don't know. Anyway, who remembers my last Primark come shop with me in haul, where I picked up this mascara, which is, it's a PS mascara. And I picked it up because it really stood out to me as looking so similar to this Maybelline Sky High mascara. This mascara has been absolutely fantastic and my real go-to mascara. Is this Primark one really a dupe for it, or is it just the packaging that looks the same? Well, let's find out. So I'm going to do one eye with my go-to, which is Maybelline New York Sky High. This is I guess they call it a drugstore, like high street mascara, as opposed to a high-end one, but it's not as cheap as the Primark one, which I believe was $3.50. So wand-wise, this is my go-to wand. It's quite thin, I guess. And then this is, oh my goodness, it's so similar. So this one isn't months and months old, but I did open it probably a week ago. I should have opened them the same day, really. Look how similar they are. They literally, this one's slightly longer, the physical wand is longer, but other than that, they look so similar. Primark really have copied and duped it. Okay, so we'll do right eye original. By the way, is anyone even capable of putting mascara on without making stupid faces? That mascara, this Maybelline Sky High one that I get compliments on all the time, my eyes are really watery, and even when my eyes water, this isn't the waterproof version. I have got the waterproof version, and it's also very good, because normally I used to find years ago anyway, waterproof mascaras just weren't as kind of lengthening. They just weren't as good. But the main reason I use the non-waterproof one over the waterproof one is the waterproof one is really hard to get off. And this non-waterproof one does not budge. It's really not that, you know, it's not a pan-dries mascara. It really isn't. Okay, so that's that side done. See, big difference with and without mascara. Now let's try the Primark one. I always try not to pump it. I was told years and years ago you shouldn't pump mascara like that because it gets air into them and ruins them. I'm not sure if that's true, but I always try not to do that because someone told me that once. Okay. The big question is, will it look as good initially, and how will it look in several hours' time? Will it be equally stay put-ish? Will it have the staying power of my go-to? It is a third of the price, so if it is as good, that's quite a saving. Now, one thing I am noticing, I'm not sure if you can see it, I'm getting more of it on the top of my eyelid. I don't know if that's how I'm applying it, or if it is just more of a kind of a sketting kind of mascara. Well, so far so good. I mean, my eyes don't look like wow on one side and rubbish on the other, I don't think. I did just poke myself in the eye a little bit there. Okay, so just before I touch anything up, The Primark side, for some reason, I've managed to get on my eyelid, and I didn't with my normal one. Although it is not uncommon to have to clean up a little bit with a cotton bud. It does seem odd that I managed to do almost none on that side. Although already this stuff doesn't want to budge. Not so good when I'm trying to get it off my eyelid, but I guess that's a good sign if it's not going to come off my eyelashes when it's dry. Ugh, made a right mess now. Oh no. Smudging it everywhere. I now look like I have a black eye. Okay, I've tidied that up, so hopefully we don't have an unfair panda advantage on one side over the other. So far, I'd say both of them, other than the mess I managed to make with one eye, don't know why that is, both of them look pretty similar and even. I will check back in later to see if the Primark one holds up as well as the Maybelline. Now, one thing I will say is that my eyelashes were not this long. I used to have eyelash extensions, and that kind of, not ruined my lashes, but I think weakened them. Since I stopped having eyelash extensions, wow, my fringe as well. Since I stopped having eyelash extensions, I have been using the UK Lash Serum every night. And that, I think, is why my eyelashes have gone so much longer. And every 6 to 8 weeks, I have LVL, which just is the equivalent of curling them. So they do put a darkening on them, but my eyelashes are naturally almost black anyway. But the LVL is why they manage to stay up. So I can't comment on whether this is a curling or a lifting mascara, because my eyelashes are doing that anyway because of the LVL, which is just like a perm for your eyelashes. But it's not a lot more cost effective and not as frequent an appointment as having individual lash extensions. I find it lasts like really, really well. But that's why because my eyelashes naturally without LVL just like downward ski slopes. So I find the lash serum is why they're long. The LVL is why they lift. But this mascara is why they stay like that. Hopefully this one will be just as good. Let's check back in a bit. Oh, what a day. I think I probably look as dishevelled as I feel. I've had poor Bella home off sick. She woke up with a raging temperature, basically. So I went to the doctors because, as you may know if you've watched recent vlogs, Zara was very poorly, and when she had a high temperature last, she had a seizure. So that was all very scary. I explained the full thing in this vlog. And that was a virus, apparently. And then, since then, both William and Bella have had antibiotics for bacterial tonsillitis, strep. I guess it's the same thing. So today I did take her to the doctors to check, because I always think they're probably going to say it's just a virus. And they don't need antibiotics. They say just a virus because obviously a virus shut the world down for a bit, didn't it? But yeah, it's just a virus. Go home, paracetamol, no antibiotics. And I always worry that the one time I don't take them, that'll be the time that I should have taken them and it was really serious. And then obviously if they need antibiotics, they don't have them. Anyway, long story short, she did not need antibiotics. But she's been poorly today, bless her. So I have not got as much done as I should have done, but I've been mummying, and I'm really lucky that I've got the flexibility with what I do in order to do that, I guess. I do have my pack. I have my pack. Now this was this case thing. I think we had sun cream in it a few years ago. And in my pack, I'm going to show you what I keep in my pack. I keep a pack within a pack. This was some sort of Poundland thing many, many moons ago. But there is a bottle of Nurofen and a bottle of Calpol in the pack. And there is also a thermometer and a bag of, I don't know my taste because I've got a camera in my hand, and a bag of syringes for administering medicine in the middle of the night. Honestly, the number of syringes I've got, I keep them so that we can obviously administer medicine in the future. We really should have shared in Calpol the amount of syringes and Nurofen syringes, because I always think you don't want to double dip the syringes, do you? You don't want to be putting it in the child's mouth and then taking the germs from their mouth, either just saliva or the actual germs, and putting it back in the neck of the bottle. So we use a fresh syringe every time. I mean, when it's like the daytime, they're old enough now to just have it on a spoon over the sink and still drip it in places, whatever. But if it's nighttime and they're tired, I do still use syringes. Just, it's a more accurate way of measuring it anyway. So we don't like to double dip. We've got millions and millions of syringes. The point of this very long-winded story is I keep also a medication chart and a pen. And I keep all of this in this pack, and all of this lives in a drawer in my bedroom. So when any of the children in the middle of the night are like, Mum, and they're not well, which inevitably happens when you have tiny humans that reside with you, you can just reach for this, and you don't have to be like going to look at the medicine cabinet or whatever. And I found this especially handy when they're very small, and I could just move it from room to room. I'd always keep it out of reach, obviously, because there's medication in it, but I could move it from room to room or just floor to floor. I'd keep the medication record in there. That medication record is a free printable, which you can grab from, if you're in my email club, there's an Ultimate Mum bundle of printables. That is one of the many, many printables in there. They are free. So I'll put the link for that down below. If you want to join the club, you get emails from me, you get all the printables. It's all good stuff. Anyway, all of this pack has saved me so much stress, especially when you're tired. Perhaps the worst time when your children are ill is when they're like suddenly ill in the middle of the night and you're not even prepared for it. Probably when you're like a few days into the illness, you've kind of gathered your bits, but this is really good for when things are sprung upon you. You can also then, if you are traveling, you could just chuck this whole thing in your case and you know you're good to go with whatever your children decide to throw at you. Okay, now it's time to look at mascara, isn't it? It is the end of the day. As you can see, I'm looking like I really need a shower, which I do. I'm looking quite windswept because I just got back from picking Zara up and dancing. But if we look at the mascara, so let's see if I can remember. This is the one I always wear, the Maybelline Sky High. And this is the Primark dupe. And I've got to say, I know when I applied it, I seemed to get some more up here. That might have just been more to do with my application than the actual mascara, to be honest. But neither of them are budged. I don't feel like I'm wearing different mascaras on the two eyes. So far, like, look, rub that one, nothing on my fingers. Nothing. Look, I can really go at that. That's the Primark one. Nothing. So, yeah, I would say that it's not just the packaging, but the formula is very, very similar. This Maybelline one is normally about £10. Sometimes you can get it for like £8 or something if you kind of shop around. Try Sephora, try Amazon. But this one was, what, £3.50 from Primark? So sometimes this, sometimes it's almost 3 times the price to get the Maybelline one. And yeah, I would say it's getting a thumbs up from me, which is good. Another day. And I'm going to admit, I woke up this morning feeling not the best. I did get up, I would say in the night, early hours of the morning with Bella, who is still home from school with me today. Bless her, she is not kicking this virus. Apparently it's a virus, the doctor said it's a virus. She's got a really sore throat and she's got really like sore ears, headache and things like that. So it's just a flu-y, tonsillitis type virus, I guess. I've got to say, when I was in Calpol though, I feel like I wonder if I should have a swig of it. Don't do that, I'm only joking. It is like magic because 20 minutes, half an hour after Calpol, she is doing so much better. But then as soon as the Calpol, the ibuprofen wears off, because I'm doing them 2 hourly, then she's like back downhill again. But half the school are down with it apparently. And my throat, I don't want to admit it, but it's really sore and I feel a bit pants. So I didn't get up and do my exercise and all the things. So maybe I'm feeling sluggish because of that. But my throat does feel like gravel. So I'm just keeping everything crossed, staying super healthy. I just don't want any more illness. I want everyone to be better. I would normally at this stage reach for day nurse, night nurse to kind of power through. But there's been some issues with it. It was, I think you can buy it again now, but it was taken off the shelves for a period because there was some evidence suggesting that it impacted breathing problems or something with people having general anaesthetics. And obviously since I am scheduled to have a general anaesthetic at the end of July for my operation. I just think it's not worth the risk. So I guess just good old caffeine and paracetamol will have to do the trick. So fingers crossed. The scratchy throat is just tiredness. Everything goes to my throat anyway. It's kind of my weak spot. I think everyone's got that one. My husband always suffers with his sinuses. My tonsils go dodge. I think even if I'm just really, really tired, I get a scratchy throat. So fingers crossed. Thinking positive, healthy vibes now. Bella being well. Just visualise it. Everyone being well. My throat feeling, what's the opposite of gravelly? Smooth. Feeling energised, and that's what I want. I just want everyone to be healthy now, please. Or the others to continue to be. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe and do all those YouTubey things. You can click on my latest video on screen now, and another video that YouTube thinks you may enjoy. You can click over to my planner store, or you can check out my Patreon, which is in the cards or down in the description if you want to hang out with me a bit more. See you guys soon. Bye.